Okay, very good morning, all of you. Now, today we'll discuss about the primary key, and after that, we'll start the next lecture, foreign key, because the primary key and foreign key is a dependent to create the table or to create the database. So these 2 points are very important while creating the database or while learning the database. Okay. So in last sections we discussed about the few points. Now today we'll discuss about the primary key. So first of all we'll check about the primary key. What is the definition of primary key? So primary key is a minimal set of attribute or column. So make a note of that attribute and column both are the same name. Okay. A primary key is a minimal set of attribute or column whose values are uniquely identify records. That means what? Whenever we insert the value inside a column, we all know that. So just 1 minute. I will show you with the help of diagram. So assume that this one is my table and inside that table few entries are stored. And I want to create some employee database. Okay, in that employee ID is there, employee name is there. So assume that this one is my database and this contains some attributes or some column name. Okay, so attribute and column name both are same. So assume that this one is an employee ID, employee name is there, and so on. Employee address, employee department. When we talk about the primary key itself indicates that the record of column must be unique. That means we did not receive duplicate values. Okay. So when we talk about employee ID, employee name, employee address, employee department, we get a certain amount of value. Okay. For example, there is a chances of having same employee name, there is a chances of having same address name, there is a chances of having same department name, there is a chances of having same salary name. So in that case we get some duplicate amount of data. But whenever we're trying to use DML command, data manipulation language, or if you want to retrieve certain amount of data having some constraint, when we talk about the constraint, that means we need to provide some values. Okay, we can say that when we retrieve the data by using where clause, in that case we get a different kinds of data. Okay, for example, just I will show you a demo so you will get the brief idea regarding the primary key. And uh, in that case, while learning the database, the primary key plays very important role. Assume that the employee ID is 101. Okay, and this one is 102. That must be a unique 103, and last one is 104. So I have that data and certain amount of employee name, address name, department name. Assume that these are the we have assumed that. Okay, so just I will show you one name. So here I will show you as employee name Ravi, and another employee name is also have Ravi, but there is a chances of difference addresses in that the location is big. Second one is we can say that Aurangabad, we can say that that case, see, whenever we create the schema, okay, we can learn about a normalization rule later on, because right now we are trying to learn only basic concept of DMS and what are the different concepts. Okay, so when we learn a normalization, you will get the brief regarding idea regarding first normalization form, second normalization form, and third normalization. Before starting that, when we talk about the primary key itself indicates that the data must be uniquely identified. When we talk about uniquely identified and when we discuss about the employee name attribute, in that case there is a chances of duplicate name. Okay, ऐसा नहीं हो सकता है कि एक ही name different kinds of name हो गया. For example, once Ravi is entered, there is a no person having name Ravi. ऐसा तो नहीं हो सकता है. When we talk about the address, if the company is located in the Pune, the lots of employees have the same address in Pune. If the company is located in Pune and have their department as a production, have their department as a sales, then all the employee will be included in that department. Maintenance 50%, 20%, sales 20%, HR 10%. And the salary, when we talk about the salary, if two-person having same work, obviously salary will be same. That means when we talk about this rest of attribute, e-name, e-address, e-department and e-salary, there is a chances of duplicate value. And when I trying to retrieve the value, when I trying to retrieve the information of employee having with salary, for example, I want to retrieve the select all from employee whose salary or where salary is greater than 20,000. So there is a chances of duplicate value 20,000 के बहुत से आ सकते हैं. Or suppose I want to retrieve the data, select all from the department, select all from the employee where e department is equals to 101. Example maintenance. So all maintenance employee will be retrieved. So in that case, there is a chances of duplicate value. But when we talk about this attribute EID, that contains some unique value. So in that case, if you are trying to retrieve a single person information, then we get the single person information. Why it is a possible? Because of primary key. So we will apply to this column or this attribute as a primary key. That means in that section duplicate values are not allowed. When I trying to insert the duplicate value, once I declare the primary key, we did not able to store that value. Make a note of that. Once we declare a primary key, we cannot able to insert duplicate values. Okay, this one is a practical information regarding a primary key. ओके अभी ये मेरे पास एक्चुअल में आपको नहीं दिखा सकता हूँ मैं आई हैव दैट डेटाबेस एंड वी आर ट्राइंग टू इंसर्ट द वैल्यू इनसाइड दैट डेटाबेस यू विल गेट द ब्रीफ आइडिया but in future when I trying to implement the database architecture or when I trying to implement some tables, in that case I will definitely show you what are the ways that are available by using that we can insert the value. Okay, make a note of that. Once we declare as a primary key, we cannot able to insert the information. Which information? Duplicate information. When I trying to insert inside that, see, assume that I trying to insert duplicate value, we get the error. We get error. For example, I have already entered 101 and in fourth row, I'm trying to insert 101. So in that case, database will get the error because it will already indicates that there is a primary key. And once the primary key is done, we get only uniquely identified records. We did not get duplicate value. This is the most important thing regarding the primary key. In the most of database, a key constraint is a single attribute. Okay. Most of the database में क्या होता है key constraint. Constraint is nothing but primary key. We can say that a foreign key. We can say that not null. It's we can say that or some restricted domain constraint are there. So we can use lots of constraint inside the database. Okay, but there is a one option in that. Okay, so consider an example, and in that case we have employee ID, employee name, employee address. So in that case we have EID as a primary key. बट ऐसा भी हो सकता है इन फ्यूचर की EID नहीं है मेरे पास. assume that this column is not there. Okay, assume that this column is not available. Okay, right now just I have four columns: employee name, employee address, employee department, employee salary. In that case there is a chances of duplicate data. And which attribute we can mention as a primary key? We cannot able to mention that this among these four attribute as a primary key. In that case we need to specify composite primary key. Can mention composite primary key. So what is a composite primary key? A group of two or more attributes. A group of two or more attributes or column will make as a primary key. So in that case, I will make what? I will make employee name and employee address as the primary key. Sorry, composite key, or employee name and employee department as a composite primary key, or I can make employee name, employee address and employee department as a primary key. Okay, that means duplicate data is not allowed. So that means just make a note of that. We have an option composite primary key. Even lots of students don't know about the composite primary key. Okay, ये जो We can say that when we talk about the freshers, when we talk about the experienced person, even they don't know about the composite primary, and it plays most important role among the data. Okay. So just make a note of that. In that case, we can apply composite primary key on two or more. Okay. When we apply it on a single column, then it will be treated as a primary key. But when we apply it on two or more column, then we can say that this one is a composite primary key. I will show you with demo. Okay, don't worry about that. While learning the while doing the practical of DBMS, I will create the composite primary key. Okay. So this is about the primary key. So this one is an example. Here we set the primary key on the ID attribute. This is the student table. In that we have ID is there, attribute ID is there, name is there, department is there, email address is there, and address is there. Okay. So among that, there is a chances of duplicate value in name. There is a chances of duplicate value in department. There is a chances of email duplicate value, or there is chances of address duplicate value. But we don't have any chance to use ID in duplicate value because we set as a primary key. Okay, if we didn't set that primary key, then it can in that case we can store duplicate values. Make a note of that. Okay, we didn't set if didn't set the primary key, we can insert the duplicate value. See, we don't have an option to store the duplicate value. Duplicate value is a major issue of database administrator. So for that, they plays very important role. Okay, so for that case, we require to use primary key, we require to use foreign key, we require to use a lots of constraint, so we get the unique values. Okay, so here's an example of composite primary key. Assume that here birth time is there, first name is there, last name is there, and address is there. This form is in a first normalization form. Okay, so what is the first normalization form? क्या कहता है? So I will taught you again in later on, but just I will specify what is the first normalization form. First normalization form itself indicates that just insert single entity. Okay, just we need to insert single entity. For example, we are trying to insert a name, so in that name, first name and last name will be insert. First name and last name will be insert. And if you're trying to retrieve the data having first name, if you're trying to retrieve the data having last name, then we did not get the data. Okay, so for that reason, here first name and last name is differentiated. First name and last name is a differentiated. Okay, so that is the first normalization form. Okay, so here name part will be divided into two types, first name and last name. So this is about first normalize. So in that case, we need to apply is the composite primary key. Where we need to apply the composite primary key? We can apply the composite primary key on birth time, on first name, or we can say that we can apply the composite primary key on birth time and last name, or we can apply the birth time, first name, last name. So we get the unique data. Okay, we get the unique data. Even we can add the composite primary key on birth time and address. So there's a rule of composite primary key. We can apply the primary key on two or more attributes at a time. It is not mentioned just we can apply the composite primary key on two columns only. Just we can apply at least two, at most maximum, depending on you. Okay, so there is no restriction. So this is about the primary key and composite primary. Okay. Now when we talk about the foreign key plays a very important role. Okay, so if you have a DB administrator, in that case we are receiving or we are storing the lots of data. The data in that the attribute size should be mentioned. Okay, ऐसा नहीं होगा कि मेरे पास database है, I have a database, in that I have one table called as a student, and in that student table minimum we can say that in that student table we can say that 20 columns are stored, 30 columns are stored, 40 columns are stored, at least 10, 20, 15, or as per the data need we can store. Okay, as per data need we can store that. But by using the foreign key, duplicate amount of data, we need to reduce duplicate amount of data. For example, one table contains the attribute called as employee name. Another table also contains the attribute called as employee name. Another table also contains the attribute as an employee name. That means what? Duplication of data. That means what? Duplication of data we are storing. and we did not follow any procedure like that. Okay, once we stored the column name as important data, then we cannot able to use same column name in another table. Okay, so in that case repeated columns नहीं होने चाहिए duplicate amount of data के लिए. So for that this foreign key concept is used. Okay, so it specify once we declare primary key in one table, we will use that primary key as a foreign key in another table. Okay, so this is an important concept. A foreign key is file whose values are the same as the primary key of another table. Okay, so इससे दोनों का रिलेशंस भी आइडेंटिफाई होता है and duplicate amount of data भी reduce होता है. Okay, just I will show you the example over here. So here I have two tables. Daily report table is there and employees table is there. In that case, there is a primary key ID 123 and some date and descriptions are available, and here also employee ID is available 102, 100 and something like that. So here is a employee. In that case, make a note of that. Here we got the duplicate amount of data. See, the person having employee ID 102 on the 18 work done, and again he made entry of 102 on 18 that 80% work completed. That means each employee having the 102 employee having two records, duplicate record. Okay, so in that case there is a chances. Okay, so for that reason we will create this employee ID as a this employee ID as a primary key in another table. See, this one is a primary key and this one is a foreign key. This one is a foreign key. That means once we create the primary key, we will use a foreign key in another table. We'll use foreign key in another table. Okay, that's it. बाकी कुछ भी relation नहीं. Even we can use like that stuff. If it is a primary key 1, 2, 3, then we will use this column in this employee table as a foreign key. Okay, we'll use this primary key, this id column as a foreign key in employee table. So ऐसा कुछ भी नहीं है, simply just foreign key is filed whose values are the same as the primary key of another table. So this is about what foreign key. And while learning the practical also will get the brief idea regarding that. See, according to your syllabus ऐसा डिजाइन हुआ है आपका कि first we need to learn theory. We need to understand the theory and later on we need to do the practical. So that's why we cannot able to do the practical, but once we start the practical you will get the brief idea regarding that. Okay, while creating the table, while creating the database. Now database system architecture, this is your first chapter. These are the very basic informative lectures are there. So in that we discuss about the table, column, primary key, foreign key. Now onward this is your chapter. So in that we'll discuss about data abstraction, view levels, data independence, what is the meaning of data independence while doing the relationship, or we can say that logical level, in that one table relationship with another table, one column relationship with another column. In that case there is a chances of data independence because DB is not responsible for that. और जो भी clashes होते हैं, जो भी complexity create होती है, उसे data independence कहा जाता है. We'll do that. फिर उसके बाद में data definition language, data manipulation language, data models, ER model, relation integrate constraint, and data manipulation operation. So like that structure we can able to learn. So first of all, we'll discuss about data abstraction. So this is the data abstraction. In that there are three levels are there: physical level, logical level, and view level. Okay, so these levels are very important. Physical level as a low level, logical level as an intermediate level, and view level is a high level. So just I will specify what is a physical level. Physical level is nothing but it is a schema. When we talk about the schema, that means your table is created, you already specified what kind of data are stored. Okay, what kind of data are stored into database or into table. So that will be the physical level. For example, suppose I want to store the employee details, or suppose I want to store the student details. So in that student, in physical level, in low level, we need to specify what are the attributes, what are the data types of that attribute. For example, student id is there, then data type must be integer. Student name is there, then data type must be a varchar. student percentage, that data type must be a fractional value. So student address is there, again varchar. So we need to specify whole schema before physical level. So in the physical level, just we need to specify what kind of data we are storing into the database. This is the physical level. Second one is the logical level. Okay, second one is a logical level. In that logical level, the schema is already created, just we need to maintain the relationship. Okay, so there is a chapter called as a relationship. In that we need to learn one to one relationship, one to many relationship, many to many relationship, or many to one relationship, like that stuff. So in that case, the first column or the attributes of table, one column of table with associated with another attribute of table, or we can say that one table will associated with another table. So in that case, one to one relationship, one to many relationship, like that stuff will handle by the logical, like that stuff will be handled with logical level. And if a DB failed to handle that logical level, the data independence, okay, the data independence will happen. If a DBA, if DBA unable to handle this relationship, अगर नहीं handle कर पाता है तो complexity बढ़ेगी. Complexity is nothing but that, complexity is nothing but the data independence. And the last most important level is view level. Last most important level is view level. In that case, a certain amount of users interact with data without knowing the schema. What I'm saying, view level is a high level data abstraction. In that, the certain amount, certain means what, lots of users are available. Okay, so 1 2 3 कंपनी एम्प्लॉय जितने भी होंगे जो डेटा पे डीबी पे काम करते हैं, तो certain amount of employee will handle the data, will retrieve the data, will perform the operation on data without knowing the schema. Schema का कुछ उनके साथ relation नहीं है. Okay, for example, integer values are there or like that. Just they can retrieve the values by using a column name. They can retrieve the values by using a column. Is it okay? So these are the three important level. And I already taught this information in the, what we say, internship. But there is a quite different. But data abstraction is a different and levels are different. So these are the three important levels. Make a note of that. If in the exam, if they ask regarding the what are the levels of data abstraction, then we need to specify this level: physical level, logical level, and view level. I will share this document with you, and just I will share the recording. You can watch it repeatedly. Now we'll learn regarding a brief information regarding a physical level. Just we learn about that, but again we will revise it. Physical level, the lowest level of data abstraction, describe how the data are actually stored. I already mentioned that. Just at physical level specify what kind of data are stored. Okay, that means while learning the while creating the DB, that means we need to specify column with the data type. We need to specify column with data type. Okay, for example, student ID is there, student name is there. In that student ID is integer, that means we can able to insert only integer value. We cannot able to insert a character value. So schema is specified, so it describes how the data are actually stored into the system. Second is that the physical level describes the complex low level data structure in detail. So obviously it will specify complex data structure in low level and it maintain that. Okay. Now second one is a logical level. The next higher level or intermediate level, we can say that, of our data abstraction describes what the data are stored in the database and what relationship exists those data. So this statement is most important. What relationship exists among this data? What relationship? So that will be specified by the logical level. Okay. The logical level does describe entire database in terms of small number of relative simple structure. Okay, यहाँ लो लेवल ऑफ डेटा स्ट्रक्चर होता है और रिलेटिव यहाँ सिंपल स्ट्रक्चर होता है. मेक नोट ऑफ दैट एंड just understanding purpose, logical level is majorly work on the relationship of existing among those data. So it is a totally depend on the relationship. Totally depend on the relationship. Just give me 1 minute.
So, so you are not audible. Hello?
Now is it I'm audible?
Yeah, now it's.
I thought that I'm audible, so that's why. Okay, so this is about view level in that just user can interact with certain amount of data, and whenever that they require a data, they can fetch without knowing the schema and relationship. Just I use this diagram, three levels of data abstraction. Once you get the question regarding data abstraction, so you need to specify these 3 points: physical level, logical level, and view level. And make a note of that when we talk about the physical level, we need to use add one word. Physical level is nothing but schema. Okay, we need to specify the schema, what type of data we are storing. Logical level is associated with relationship word. That means what kinds of relationship with one table with another table. And third one is a view level, in that certain amount of user can interact with the database, and whenever they require to retrieve the data, they can retrieve without knowing the schema and relationship. Okay, these things are, and this diagram is I taught in the internship, so this diagram is also important. Okay, so see, this is the detailed structure, but view level is not there. Okay, view level is not there. So here I taught the conceptual level, logical level, physical level. In the conceptual level, just we need to imagine what type of entity, what type of entity is nothing but attribute, what type of attribute name, what type of relationship is there. लॉजिकल लेवल एंड फिजिकल लेवल. बट ये जो एब्स्ट्रैक्शन की लेवल्स है ना, ये रिवर्स ऑर्डर में काम करते हैं. सी, दिस इज द लोवेस्ट लेवल. दैट मीन्स फर्स्ट ऑफ ऑल वी नीड टू मेंशन the schema. Without mentioning schema, we cannot able to store the data. Make a note of that. We cannot able to store the data. Once we did that, then logical level is available. In logical level, we need to mention the relationship. Okay, so in that case, we need to mention the relationship. Once we did the schema and relationship, then after that we can view that data. Okay, so now this is about the data abstraction. Data abstraction, three levels of data abstraction, and hope so you will get the idea. And if you have, let me know. We'll discuss about that, these 3 points. Otherwise, we'll continue with next lecture. Does anyone have query? No. So next question is a data independence. What is a data independence? And this type of question will be asked in the interview, as well as if your MCQ type exam will be in future. So there's a chance of the question. And written exam में भी ये क्वेश्चन पूछा जाता है, what is a data independence? So the name itself indicates that the data is not dependent. Okay, okay. The name itself mention that because of relationship, there is a chances to increase the complexity. Okay, okay. For example, I am a DB administrator and I have created a schema and I'm trying to insert the data inside the database. Okay, but I don't know about the relationship. I created the schema, I inserted the data, and my data is visible by using VLevel, but I don't have knowledge of relationship. So that there is a chances of relationship. There is a problem of relationship. That means the complexity will be increased. And once the complexity will be increased, that means the data independence will be happen. Okay. See, implementation of simple structure, the logical level may involve complex physical level structure. The user of logical level does not need to be aware of the complexity. Does not need to aware of the complexity. This refer as a physical data independence. See, everything they need to handle by the DBA. DBA must know about the schema, DBA must know about the normalization, DBA must know about the relationship, and if they don't know, the user and there is no responsibility of that relationship model. See, the logical level does not need to be aware of the complexity. Okay, but the complexity occurs in that case. This referred to as a physical data independence. Database administrator who must decide. See, what is the relationship? Database administrator who must decide what information to be kept in the database, use the logical level of abstraction. That means DBA must know about the logical level of interaction or logical level of what we say. One minute. So in that case, there is a chances of data independence, and once the database administrator which must decide what information, see, everything they need to handle by the database administrator. Okay, so if the any complexity occurs, so they need to handle the relationship model. Okay, so first table will relationship with another table has a one to one, has a many to one, like that everything they need to handle. And ऐसा किया तो फिर data independence नहीं हो, otherwise there is a chances of data independence. Now the next concept, database languages are there. So these two most important questions will ask in the interview. What is a data definition language and data manipulation language? See, this is not theory. Okay, but we need to specify according to the syllabus. They need to specify the first need to taught a theory, because actually it will be depend on the practical. When we talk about the data definition language or data manipulation language, in that select, insert, update, delete queries are there, and we don't know even how to install the DB right now. When we talk about when we learn about the DBMS, we don't know about how to install the DB. Even we don't know how to install DB, then how will handle the data manipulation languages. Okay, so we'll do one by one. So data manipulation language. A data manipulation language (DML) is a language that enables user to access or manipulate the data as organized by the appropriate data model. So majorly it enables users to access or manipulate. That means if you want to retrieve the data, if you want to insert, if you want to update, if you want to delete. So major जो operation है ना, select, that means retrieve, insert, that means we need to enter the data, update, that means we need to alter the data, and delete, that means we need to remove the data. Okay, so ये operation DML में ही होते हैं. Make a note of that. ये क्वेश्चंस आते हैं इंटरव्यू में कंफ्यूजन लेवल के कि डेटा डेफिनेशन लैंग्वेज और डेटा मैनिपुलेशन लैंग्वेज में डिफरेंस क्या है. Or we can say that they can ask regarding that. Does select belongs from the data definition language? Does insert command belongs from the data definition language? So we need to specify no. The actual these operation belongs from the data manipulation language. ये data manipulation language के इसके ही DML से ही belong करते हैं. Okay, so make a note of that. Retrieval means select, insert means insert, delete deletion मतलब delete and modification मतलब alter होता है. Okay, ये actual command के names है. इसमें भी दो टाइप के languages होते हैं, procedural DML and declarative DML. Okay, so procedural means what? Required user to specify what are the needed and how we get the data. So that means simply we need to specify the clause. Okay, where clause आपको specify करना पड़ेगा और कैसे आप retrieve करते हैं. Declarative means also referred as a non-procedural DML, required to user to specify what the data are needed without specifying how to get those data. यहाँ specific condition नहीं चलता है, so directly declarative statements add करके आप data retrieve कर सकते हो, insert कर सकते हो, update कर सकते हो या delete कर सकते हो. Okay, so majorly this procedure will follow. प्रोसीजर DML में से भी फॉलो करते हैं, डिक्लेरेटिव मेजरली कोई भी यूज नहीं करता है, बट ये टाइप से इसकी वजह से आपको पता है. So this is about data manipulation language and the last one is a data definition language. ये theoretical है, just I want to intro this. So मुझे ये intro करना था बस. उसके बाद में हम जैसे जैसे फर्स्ट चैप्टर कंप्लीट होगा तो एक्चुअल आपका प्रोग्रामिंग स्टार्ट हो जाएगा, सॉरी आप एक्चुअल आपका इंस्टॉलेशन एंड कोडिंग स्टार्ट हो जाएगा इसका. So data definition languages, it specify the storage structure and access method used by the database system by set of statement in special type of DDL, data definition, called as data storage and definition language. इसके अंदर क्या होता है? Just we need to add the constraint. We constraint क्या होता है? Just for example, not null, primary key, composite primary key, foreign key, unique value, not empty. These are the constraint. Okay, so we need to specify that constraint. For example, suppose the university requires that the amount of account of balance of department must never be negative. ये example दिया है आपको समझने के लिए कि data definition language क्या होती है. For example, suppose the university requires that the account balance of department must never be a negative. Then DDL provide a facility specify such constraint. मतलब not negative चाहिए डिपार्टमेंट, तो DDL कमांड क्या करेगा? नॉट कंस्टेंट, नॉन एम्प्टी कंस्टेंट क्या कर देगा? ऐड करेगा. नॉन एम्प्टी और नॉट नलेबल, नॉट नल एम्प्टी प्रॉपर्टी होती है वो ऐड कर देगा. दैट मीन्स सी एक्चुअल ऑपरेशन इसके ऊपर ही होते हैं, डेटा मैनिपुलेशन लैंग्वेज पे ही होते हैं, बट कंस्ट्रेंट की बात जब आती है तो डेटा डेफिनेशन लैंग्वेज के बारे में होता है. जैसे नॉट नल है, एम्प्टी है, प्राइमरी की है, कंपोजिट प्राइमरी की है, फॉरेन की है, लाइक दैट स्टफ. Okay, so this is about the theory. In that we learn about data abstraction, data independence, data definition language, and data manipulation. So if you have any query, let me know. We'll discuss. Just after that, I will share that video also.